Twitch.tv is one of the most oversaturated social media platforms of today. Full of streamers of every possible background chasing their dream of one day growing a community and turning their passion into a career. Some have succeeded. Many have failed. And many will keep trying until success one day finds them. Godspeed to you. On a platform full of people famous and infamous, underground and mainstream, there is one man who has defied impossible odds and crushed all known rules and expectations of growth on the platform to a massive following of over 60,000 people without ever streaming or creating a single piece of content himself. So who is Vigor? How does he have so many supporters? And perhaps the biggest question, why doesn't he capitalize on it? Vigor made his first real appearance in January of 2018, in a game at the time known in the mainstream for its meme status, and to its players as a hidden gem, VR chat.
You don't know the way.
Yes, I
Do you know the way?
I know the way.
You have to have Ebola to know the way.
It was here that he met many popular streamers and characters, such as Chips, Monica, Drek, Ralphigator, Pokelols, Vince, Nuts, who he would at one point date in real life, and eventually Soda Poppin', who we'll get to later. He developed an ongoing joke where he would advertise his Twitch and other people's streams, though would never stream himself. Though not admitting to being a roleplayer himself, he was often considered to be part of the heavy roleplay scene in the game. He embraced the character of an incel, using blatant sexism and overall toxicity in his humor, and honestly, it was funny as hell to watch.
For example, alright? Lele is a woman who is probably in heat. Now,
I have a penis.
I want to have sex with her. What do I do? Alright? Let's take some examples, alright? Anyone have their hands? I want to have sex with Lele, what do I say? Any hands? Any hands? Any hands? Rob?
You have to be alpha so that she's attracted to you.
Correct! Rob! Gold star. Women love to be controlled. Women love to be controlled. They're very docile, supportive, alright? That's why they play Mercy, that's why they play Soraka. It's just how it is.
Wait, no.
Get up!
Wait.
Unfortunately, the game's developers didn't seem to share his sense of humor, and he was soon threatened with a ban. This caused him to turn his life around and become an upstanding citizen.
Vigor, when God came down, Vigor, from the sky, were you afraid?
Let's sing together. And swim together.
You know, I'll tell you something. God added me.
Away with me.
And he said something along the lines of, hold on, let me see exactly what God said to me. God basically said that what he told me was not up for debate. And if it's not something that I'm comfortable with, that I'm free to not use the application. And I said, all women are queens, and God deleted me.
You know what's up, bitch.
Vigor's time on VR chat didn't last long. After about a month in the spotlight and after being threatened with a ban, he decided his only option was to act as a mute and eventually pretty much stopped playing the game altogether, other than a few occasions. This, however, was not the end of Vigor's online presence. In fact, it was only the beginning. As I mentioned before, one of the streamers Vigor befriended was Soda Poppin', who he would become fairly close friends with and would often appear in Soda's streams and videos. Soda at times would even give Vigor revenue from his content, which the latter would likely blow on Black Desert Online. This went on for a couple of years, many games, and eventually, Soda would pull together a group including Vigor to play a little-known murder mystery game. A game called Among Us.
Getting scanned. He might have been getting scanned too. And it was
I think that could have been Vigor, but I don't know.
Only one person can scan at a time.
Yeah, I was scanning.
Oh, wait, so Vex dead right below us?
Vigor?
No, Vex
Oh,
is...
I'm sorry, I was muted. I said, Saren, this is your first game and you're already retarded. Let me hear why you think it's me.
Don't take this as like a I want you dead. It's just a.
No, go ahead. Tell me.
I was on the body,
Mhm.
and it felt like the passing you took
Yep.
to find that body in the dark
Yep.
made me think you weren't in the dark.
I feel like the passing you took out of your mother's vagina led you to the floor head first.
Bro.
Among Us would go on to connect countless streamers, and at the center of it all was a content creation group called Offline TV. It's likely because of the connections made through this game that Offline TV and friends started a Rust RP server. And guess who made it into this little server? That's right, Naughty Kitten Vigor.
I can't stand it. Holy, you're close. Meow meow. All of my the police department attacked me, and I lost all my stuff. So I was wondering if our kind neighbors, the kittens, would be so kind as to lend a neighbor some stuff like food and maybe weapons and cloth for a sleeping bag, and that's about it. Yeah. Meow.
Well, it's kind of crazy actually. I didn't know that Abe added the crack fucking cocaine mod, because that's what you must be fucking smoking if you think I'm gonna give you fucking pumpkin stealing bastards anything. Now get out of my house!
Meow.
Here, Vigor would meet even more streamers, including Lily Pichu, Ludwig, Critical, Saikuno, Corpse, and even XQC. All of these extra eyes caused one of the biggest surges in attention to Vigor's Twitch yet, and more than ever, people were begging him to start streaming. Which, of course, he didn't. After the end of the Rust server, Vigor wanted to continue online RP, and soon got into one of the biggest GTA servers for streamers, NoPixel.
Wow, you meow like a kitten. That means you are one, right? Shut the fuck up. If you really want to be put on a leash and treated like a domestic animal, then that's called a fetish, not quirky or cute. What part of you seriously thinks that any part of acting like a feline establishes a reputation of appreciation? Is it your lack of any defining aspect of personality that urges you to resort to shitty representations of cats to create an illusion? Meaning in your worthless life? Wearing cat ears in the shape of headbands? You're ruining the Rust server. Okay, never mind, actually.
What was that last part?
Yeah, this cat needs to leave.
And this brings us about up to date. So now we know how Vigor garnered so much attention and support, but the question remains, why doesn't he take advantage of the community he's built? After all, there are hundreds of thousands of small streamers who would kill to have this opportunity, to have a following of people eagerly awaiting their first stream, to have almost guaranteed success before they even started. Well, we're in luck, because Vigor answered the question himself in a twit longer on September 30th of 2020. Debated writing this at all for a very long time, but I want to let the people know who want to support me why I don't simply just download OBS and stream. It's not that I'm not thankful or ungrateful or anything. I actually feel incredibly lucky that I have a bunch of people who genuinely want to support me. I just am not mentally ready to log on and have something be centered around me daily. A few years back in 2017, I was at the second worst place of my life mentally because, on top of my severe depression, I was and am still a stupid NEET. And I had very little intention to make it to 27. Since then, I've met incredible people on top of having the most amazing friends I could ask for in my dipshit Discord server, with Adam Sandler and a dating sim as an icon. I wouldn't be where I am today without those people, and I wouldn't have a future without everyone who wants to support me being so patient. With that said, I am doing 100% better, but years of self-hate and self-harm has still taken me a while to heal. Honestly, this is really way too fucking personal, but I genuinely feel awful that some of you think I'm taking shit for granted. I love joining my friends' streams and shitposting, but I just still want to have more time before I'm the center. So sorry, and thank you to everyone who still cares. For now, it seems Vigor has no intention of streaming. But that doesn't mean he's not going to provide content for us to enjoy. He still plays frequently on NoPixel and interacts with many streamers. And we never know when we're going to see him pop up next. Those of us who have been following this perpetually empty channel are here for the long haul. Whether you decide to stream or not, we'll always be eagerly awaiting your next appearance. After all, half the fun is seeing you pop up seemingly out of nowhere when we least expect.